Have you ever found yourself haunted by thoughts of someone? It's as though their memory has burrowed deep into your mind, taking root in a way that feels permanent. Their presence lingers, not just in the waking hours, but even in the quiet spaces of your sleep. Those what ifs, the conversations replaying over and over, it's not just nostalgia, it's something deeper. This isn't a fleeting memory of a happy time. No, it's something more intense, more persistent. You may find yourself dissecting every interaction, scrutinizing every word, trying to find meanings that might not even be there. But why do these thoughts cling to you so stubbornly, refusing to be shaken off? To understand why someone dominates your thoughts, you need to look deeper. It's not enough to simply skim the surface of your emotions. You must dive into the unseen forces that shape them. Psychologist Carl Jung once explained that the people who inhabit our thoughts serve as mirrors, reflecting parts of ourselves that we may not be acknowledging, parts that need attention, transformation, or resolution. In the spirit of Stoicism, we're reminded that external events, like the presence of these lingering thoughts, are opportunities for internal growth. The Stoics would suggest that we don't avoid these thoughts, but rather engage with them. By questioning their origin, we uncover what they reveal about our deepest desires, fears, and unresolved issues. They encourage us to see these moments not as distractions, but as invitations for self-examination. As Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoics, once said, "Look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up if thou wilt ever dig." So when you can't stop thinking about someone, consider it an invitation to journey inward, to confront and embrace aspects of yourself that may have been suppressed or ignored. These thoughts aren't just about them. They're about you and the path to greater understanding and serenity. Why do these thoughts persist? Perhaps they are revealing something you haven't yet addressed, a part of yourself that needs to be healed, a desire you've buried, or a truth you've been avoiding. If you can embrace this process of self-reflection, you might find that these persistent thoughts are actually guiding you toward transformation. In essence, the people who linger in your thoughts are not haunting you, they're challenging you. They're urging you to dive beneath the surface and discover what's hidden in the depths of your own mind. These thoughts could be the key to unlocking a greater sense of clarity, composure, and fulfillment in your life. The Stoics believed in fully embracing and understanding every aspect of our nature, even the parts we might not like or wish were different. They taught that resisting or ignoring certain aspects of ourselves only causes inner tension, while acceptance and understanding lead to peace and growth. Marcus Aurelius famously said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In other words, obstacles are not barriers, they are the path forward. Similarly, the shadow within us isn't an obstacle, it's a guide. If someone occupies your thoughts, it's often because they are reflecting a part of your shadow that longs for attention. For example, if you're drawn to someone's creativity, it might be your own unexpressed creative potential calling out to be recognized. Or, if someone's impatience frustrates you, it could be because you're uncomfortable with your own moments of impatience. These aren't random reactions, they are signals from your unconscious mind, urging you to deepen your self-awareness. Carl Jung, the great psychologist, believed that the path to enlightenment is through making the unconscious conscious. The Stoics would agree with this idea, encouraging us to approach ourselves with honesty, courage, and self-reflection. Instead of judging or dismissing the feelings we have about others, we can ask ourselves, what part of me is being reflected through them? What is my unconscious trying to teach me? One way to explore this is through journaling. Write about the person who's on your mind and reflect on the qualities they represent, both good and bad. You may notice patterns that offer valuable insights into your own psyche. Another effective tool is mindfulness. When these thoughts arise, instead of brushing them aside, sit with them. Observe how they make you feel, and ask yourself what they are pointing to in your life. This practice of self-inquiry, grounded in both Jungian psychology and Stoicism, can transform what might feel like emotional chaos into moments of powerful insight. Remember, your shadow isn't a flaw, it's a part of you that holds immense potential for growth. By integrating this aspect, you become a more complete and authentic version of yourself. The Stoics remind us that growth isn't about avoiding discomfort, but embracing it. As Seneca said, no man can live a happy life or even a bearable life without the study of wisdom. Understanding your shadow is part of that wisdom. It's an essential study of yourself. Have you ever felt inexplicably drawn to someone, as if they hold a missing piece of your own puzzle? Perhaps their energy, their creativity, or the way they express themselves fascinates you. According to Jung, this magnetic pull could be the work of the anima and animus, the inner representations of the feminine and masculine aspects of our psyche. These aren't tied to gender but represent qualities within us all: sensitivity and logic, creativity and strength, intuition and rationality. Jung believed that these archetypes are vital for achieving wholeness and integration. The Stoics, though not explicitly speaking of anima and animus, aligned with the idea of inner balance. They believe that living virtuously requires harmony between opposing forces: reason and emotion, action and reflection. Marcus Aurelius' teaching, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it," calls for clarity and intentionality, which mirrors Jung's concept of integrating inner archetypes to guide our actions in both heart and mind. So why does this matter when someone constantly occupies your thoughts? Jung suggested that our psyche often projects the anima or animus onto others, especially when we are drawn to them. Perhaps you admire someone for their emotional depth, their intellect, or their creativity, but what you're truly responding to is a part of yourself that they awaken in you. It's not just about them, it's about what they stir within you. The Stoics would advise us to approach these feelings with curiosity rather than attachment. Instead of idealizing someone, ask yourself, what qualities do they embody that resonate so strongly? Are they showing me something I long to cultivate within myself, or are they reflecting a part of me I've neglected? Recognizing projections in our relationships can transform emotional chaos into a path of personal growth. Projections, whether admiration or irritation, are chances to better understand ourselves. By stepping back and reflecting, we can uncover what these feelings truly reveal about our inner world. The Stoics understood that self-awareness is the key to navigating life with wisdom and composure. When emotions run high, the Stoic practice of reflection becomes crucial. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that if someone else's fault disturbs you, it's your own fault you're allowing it. In the context of projection, this means stepping back to ask, what is this really about? This isn't about blaming anyone, it's about clarity, understanding the deeper reasons behind our emotional reactions and using them as an opportunity for growth. In the end, the Stoics teach us that every thought and emotion is an opportunity to understand ourselves better. When we project our desires, fears, or traits onto others, we can learn to embrace those qualities within ourselves. This is the path to becoming a more authentic, integrated individual, one who is truly in tune with both their heart and mind. It's easy to see our flaws as something to hide or avoid, but in reality, they are powerful tools, gifts that shine a light on the parts of us that need attention and growth. The Stoics knew this well. They understood that life's challenges, no matter how difficult, are not obstacles but opportunities to learn, develop, and become the best version of ourselves. Whether it's the strengths we've neglected or the weaknesses we've denied, by confronting these aspects of ourselves, we take one step closer to true self-mastery. Have you ever experienced those uncanny moments when you're thinking about someone, only for them to reach out to you almost immediately? Or perhaps you've been reflecting on a person, and then, out of nowhere, you bump into them in the most unexpected place. It feels as though the universe is winking at you, right? Carl Jung called this synchronicity, meaningful coincidences that go beyond the realm of chance. It's not about random events. It's about a deeper connection between your inner world and the events unfolding around you. Jung believed that these moments were the unconscious mind communicating with us, connecting our thoughts to the outside world in ways that feel deeply significant. It's as if the world around you is mirroring something happening within. You might think these moments are purely in your head, but the truth is, they're both in your head and real. They invite you to pay attention to what your mind is trying to tell you. For the Stoics, such moments weren't dismissed as coincidence either. They had a concept called logos, the idea that the universe is rational and ordered, governed by a kind of divine intelligence. When something seems too perfectly timed to be a fluke, the Stoics would view it as an opportunity to reflect on the interconnectedness of all things and to gain wisdom from the moment. Imagine you've been struggling with unresolved feelings about someone, and then suddenly, they appear in your life again, maybe through a chance encounter or a casual mention in conversation. These moments aren't just coincidences, they're clues. Jung believed these synchronicities point to something you've been avoiding or ignoring, and the Stoics would encourage you to examine your reaction. Why does it feel so significant? What can you learn from this? Synchronicity isn't always about life-changing moments. Sometimes it's subtle, a pattern you notice, a recurring phrase, or a song that resonates with your current thoughts. The key is to approach these moments with curiosity, not skepticism. Jung saw these coincidences as invitations to dig deeper, to explore their meaning. The Stoics, too, would encourage you to see every moment, no matter how small, as a chance to better understand yourself. The important thing is not to get lost in trying to explain why these events happen, but to focus on what they mean for you. Are they highlighting something unresolved in your life? Are they nudging you toward a decision you've been avoiding? Remember, the only thing within your control is how you interpret these moments. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, everything that happens is either endurable or tolerable if you view it with the right mindset. Synchronicity teaches us that life is full of connections, waiting to be recognized. It's a reminder to be present, to notice the patterns in our lives, and to look beyond the surface. When someone's presence in your thoughts aligns with external events, it's not fate in the romanticized sense, but an invitation to look inward and reflect. Jung saw these moments as bridges between the conscious and unconscious mind, and the Stoics would view them as part of the greater order of the universe, offering opportunities for growth and wisdom. So the next time something synchronistic happens in your life, resist the urge to dismiss it as a fluke. Instead, pause and ask yourself, what is this moment trying to tell me? How can I use this to better understand myself and my path in the world? These fleeting moments may lead you to a deeper understanding of your values, your purpose, and your place in life. Our thoughts are whispers from a deeper part of ourselves. They nudge us to pay attention often, subtly but persistently. When someone occupies your mind, don't get caught up in wondering about them. Instead, ask what these thoughts are revealing about you. Jung believed that these recurring thoughts are never random. They are clues from your unconscious, asking you to reflect, explore, and grow. For the Stoics, it was never enough to be passive observers of our thoughts. They believed in actively shaping our inner world. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself to dig within, knowing that true wisdom and growth came from exploring what lay deep inside. When someone lingers in your thoughts, it's an invitation to dig deeper, to understand the emotions they bring up, and to explore why they matter. Start by reflecting on the feelings you experience when you think about this person. Are they feelings of admiration, frustration, longing? These emotions are breadcrumbs, leading you to deeper insights about yourself. Admiration might reveal qualities you want to cultivate, while frustration could point to traits you struggle to accept, either in others or in yourself. The Stoics teach us not to judge these emotions, but to observe them for what they are, using them as tools for self-understanding. Once you've identified your emotions, ask yourself what they reveal about your current state of mind. Are you feeling stuck? Unfulfilled? Often, the people who occupy our thoughts mirror something we're grappling with internally. Maybe their confidence reminds you of your own doubts, or their creativity stirs a desire to reignite your own passions. This is where the real work begins, not in analyzing their actions, but in understanding what they represent within you. The Stoics emphasize the importance of aligning our actions with our values. If these thoughts point to an unmet desire or unresolved issue, take it as an opportunity to act. If someone's kindness inspires you, How can you bring more kindness into your life? If their success stirs envy, use it as motivation to focus on your own goals. Epictetus would remind us that while we can't control other people, we can control how we respond to our thoughts about them. Self-discovery doesn't stop at introspection. It's about transformation. Jung believed that bringing the unconscious into the light allowed us to integrate all parts of ourselves, becoming more whole. The Stoics would agree, teaching that self-awareness is the foundation of a virtuous and fulfilling life. By decoding these recurring thoughts, you're not just uncovering hidden parts of yourself, you're creating a roadmap for growth, moving closer to the person you're meant to be. This journey isn't about quick fixes or easy answers. It's about patience and curiosity, treating your thoughts as valuable messengers, not distractions. Every time someone occupies your mind, see it as an opportunity to deepen your understanding of yourself. With practice, you'll find that even the most perplexing thoughts can lead to clarity, growth, and a deeper sense of inner peace. The Stoics would say this is the essence of a life well lived, turning every experience, even the seemingly random ones, into a step toward wisdom.